Now, the Israeli commandos that landed on these ships thought that they're operating in the same way that they operate on a daily basis in the West Bank and the Gaza Strip, where there is constant disregard to life, constant disregard to property, constant disregard to the basic principles of human rights. But what we say to the Israelis, and what we say to the US government, and we say to the European leadership, that what Israel did, it has transformed the Palestine struggle from the small streets and corners and alleyways of Gaza to the streets and capitals of every place around the world. And therefore, the 700 individuals that they arrested are now 700 voices for Palestine. And they thought that the Palestinians will be silenced by the guns of the Israelis, by the tanks that America provides them, by the airplanes that we shower on them from our tax money. But they don't realize that their guns, their tanks, their airplanes, their corrupt politicians cannot silence the idea that freedom is a right that will be taken and achieved by the Palestinians. They don't understand that the powerful idea, the people that are occupied have the right not only to resist their occupier, but the right to have other people around the world to share in this idea and to seek to break the siege that is being put upon them by powerful people, people that have disregard to their own people in this country and across many parts of the world. What we say to Israel, what we say to Obama administration, what we say to the congressional leadership in here, we say to Blair and the rest of the Blair, we say to the British and the Italians, that you need to count your days, because the corruption that Israel represents will come to an end. Will come to an end. If anything, this Israeli attack showed that the emperor has no clothes. Israel has no clothes. Its credibility is as leaky as the pipeline that is down in the Gulf of Mexico. That's how leaky Israeli credibility is. And you could get your spokesperson that speaks the best English possible. You could get that individual that's called Netanyahu to speak on your behalf. But let me tell you something. He was corrupt in his own society, and he will not bring any justice to the Palestinians or to the Israelis. While we mourn those who have fallen, their blood has been mixed with the blood of many Palestinians. We mourn them as victims for Israeli oppression, but we celebrate the fact that they recognize that they're doing something challenging the conscience of the world leadership. And in doing so, they have opened the borders to Gaza. If it is not today, it will happen tomorrow. If it's not tomorrow, the day after. If it's not in our lifetime, make sure that it will be in the next generation. I promise you of this, more that I am certain of my own presence in front of you here, that Palestinians will be free. And through their freedom, they will teach us how to be free in our own country in here, as our politics has been corrupt, have been taken over by corruption, constantly undermining our own values for fairness, justice, and the ability to actually be a light unto the nation. There are some of the Israeli spokespersons that they say they're returning to make the desert bloom and to be a light unto the nations. Yes, they have been a light unto the nations, but it's a light that is full of bombs, phosphorus bombs rain on the Palestinians. The light unto a nation is a light of destruction and massacre and mayhem. And if they're comfortable with this, then they should be comfortable with a long history of oppressors, that the dustbin of history is a documentation for their own oppression. And therefore we should be comforted with our own struggle, that we will have a free Palestine. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. So I want to end by encourage each and every one of you to contribute to this effort. I just landed back from Minnesota just about an hour ago. We had a large gathering in Minnesota with individuals that have the same type of urge and the same want for organizing and changing. Tomorrow I'm leaving up to Washington, D.C. for another gathering of similar magnitude. We are many, they're few. We are many, they're few. We are for human rights, therefore oppression. We are the people for civilization. They are people that undermine civilization. Don't let them speak to you the language that you are the weak. They are the weak, because the one who fires at civilians is the weak person. It's out of fear of ignorance that they do so. So therefore, we are a world power. They are being undermined, and don't let anyone tell you that you don't have the right to speak and to change history. It is possible, and it is with our ease to do so. Assalamu alaikum.